Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome back to the MaffmanJones movie show. I'm your host, as always, Dibbly Dobbly Doop, and today's featured movie is Netflix's own original film, The Devil All the Time, directed by Antonio Campos, and it's an ensemble cast, but it mainly stars the likes of Tom Holland, Robert Pattinson, Jason Clarke, Riley Keough, Haley Bennett, Bill Skarsgård, and the plot basically boils down to Tom Holland's character, who has been through some immense tragedies in his childhood, trying to protect the family that he still has left amongst this town full of evil and sinister, nefarious things just lurking around the corner at all times. I was looking forward to this very much so because of the cast. I haven't seen any of Antonio Campos' work prior to this, but Netflix has been putting out and distributing and getting distribution for a lot of pretty big movies, seemingly, that under better circumstances and under healthier circumstances would be releasing in theaters and maybe getting some awards buzz. This feels like it might get some award buzz, or it might just be something that comes and goes in the month of September. But I didn't enjoy the movie, but I did enjoy the experience of watching a movie with some really capable and competent performances across the board. If you're coming here for the story and the sequence of events that is the plot of Devil All the Time, I don't think you'll be pleased in terms of the fact that you're going to walk away from this feeling very empty and just hollow inside. There's not any happiness at all. Any glimmers of hope go to this movie to die, basically. So you're watching this movie for the characters and the worthwhile performances. Unless you're into these really bleak dramas, then you're going to eat this shit up. I want to get my critiques out of the way first here. I do think the film meanders a bit. The pacing is off. The case in this film is that it shifts back and forth between time periods to show you the progression and the regression of certain aspects of the characters and the story. And it kind of throws you off a couple times. There's one moment where I thought it made sense towards the end in relation to Jason Clarke and Riley Keough's characters, but other than that, I was like, I don't know why we're doing this right now. The beginning starts off very strong. I think the first and third acts are incredible, but something about the way the second act is edited together felt murky. And also, there's a narration aspect to the film. At first, I was vibing with the monotone feeling it was going for, and it kind of added a melancholy to the situation and I guess the character that Tom Holland plays as we understand where he's coming from. But then it kept coming back, and I felt like there was really no reason for the narration other than just to give clarification for the audience on what's happening and what's about to happen. In my opinion, though, it's an element that served its purpose in the beginning, and I get why you have to keep it consistent now throughout the entire movie, but it does distract from the emotions that are being elicited especially towards the end of the movie. Tom Holland, I feel like, has always been a very expressive actor, even back to like his days in The Impossible, the tsunami movie. And he really gets to do that here too, really putting the emotions on his sleeve. You also get to see him curse and smoke cigarettes, and it's a little jarring, and especially if a kid stumbles upon this movie on Netflix and starts watching it on his own. If he's a big Spider-Man fan, he's going to be scarred for life. Kind of like how I was scarred for life when Josh Peck played that bully in Mean Creek. Remember that scene on the boat where he just says the F word like 20,000 times? Yeah. Robert Pattinson, as I continually say in reviews and just in general, showing his strengths, showing how versatile he is as an actor, and just proving himself over and over again how worthy he is of being in the conversation amongst the greats of this generation right now. Crazy what a few years could do for the trajectory of somebody's acting career. I want to give some highlight and some spotlight to Bill Skarsgård in this, who I feel like if this movie was made 10 years ago, would have been a perfect role for Michael Shannon. This movie does revolve very much around religion and how people's devotion to it could push them in ways and lead them to sin and lead them to ruin their lives in one way or another. But I think the humanity that Bill brings to his role in this, he isn't a main player for the entire film, but his role is pivotal because without the expressiveness of what's going on with him internally, we don't feel the empathy for Tom Holland's character as much, I feel. And as aforementioned, the rest of the cast is very competent, no matter how minor the role. I look back to Haley Bennett, who only complements that humanity that I mentioned with Bill Skarsgård as his wife. Eliza Scanlan as the sisterly role of Tom Holland, who brings this really tragic element to the entire movie. As I mentioned, it's very bleak, and it does push on the boundaries of what sinning could do to a person, but where that sinning comes from, and set to the backdrop of that late 1950s, early 1960s America. You really feel those tensions throughout the entire film. There's nothing about the tone of Devil All the Time that evokes joy or any kind of hopeful feelings. As I mentioned before, any kind of hope goes to die here. So if you're cool with that and you like dramas like that, you are going to be very satisfied here. But I think you are watching this movie for the actors. This is an actor's showcase. You're watching us to watch Robert Pattinson just be weird, to watch Tom Holland be expressive, to watch all these actors really bring what makes them really worth watching to the table. My biggest takeaway from this movie that involves the primary actors of this film are my hopes and dreams that Robbie Patz, notwithstanding the Batman, continues to just choose the most unexpected roles that continues to challenge us in our perception of him as an actor. And for Tom Holland, I hope he just keeps pushing the envelope in what he could do. Between this and Cherry, where he plays what I've heard is a soldier with major cases of PTSD, just keep looking for ways to emotionally expand. That's what I want to see from him. Because I love him as Peter Parker, but he's a great actor. He should really be given the opportunity to do that. But now I want to know from all you boys and girls, what did you think of Devil All the Time? Let me know in the comments down below. Who's your favorite performance? What do you want to see from these actors too, like I mentioned, or people maybe I didn't mention? And are you excited for Netflix? They keep on buying out these big movies. A very transformative time where things keep changing, especially now with the virus and the way theaters are losing money, even with Tenet out in theaters. It's a lot of things we are witnessing history in the making. I don't even know what to make of it right now, honestly. If you enjoyed this video, of course, I'm going to say the whole piece. Please like, please subscribe if you haven't already. Please ring that bell so you'll always be notified. And if you've gotten this far, I really appreciate your viewership. Thank you so much. I love each and every one of you. The support does not go unnoticed. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great one, whatever you're doing with it, and also, obviously, stay safe. I am John Maffio, a.k.a. The Mothman, and I will see you guys next time.